Hello and welcome, Taurus, to your July 2023 horoscope. I am Jeff Smith. I am your astrologer and tour guide for the month of July, where I'm going to be walking you through the month to important things that are happening with your sign, your ruler. Taurus, it's a great month for you. We're going to talk about the full moon, the new moon, any sign ingresses. There's plenty going on in your sign. So, first of all, I want to apologize for this being a little late, but there was the 4th of July weekend, and because 4th of July was on a Tuesday, I took a few days off. I needed to really well, sometimes when you're a intuitive psychic and an astrologer and you run your own shop and your own healing center, you got to take some time away. Even though I love doing what I'm doing, I just needed to go out and enjoy some time with some great friends. And, we all had to do that. But I should have planned better. I didn't even know why I didn't do this earlier, but we got this. So we're still going to talk about the full moon and all of that and how that influenced you. And we're going to talk about the major themes that are going on for the month of July for you. So let's get started. And again, I apologize, Taurus, but better late than never. You know what I mean? So here it is. Here's your horoscope for the month. So we've got a lot of things going on. First of all, what I'd like to point out is that the full and new moons are going to be taking place. The full moon's going to be taking place in Capricorn in your ninth house, and the new moon is going to be taking place in your third house. Your ninth house this all has to do with travel. So this whole month of July, we're going to be taking short and long distance trips. Now, that's all well and good. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably going to travel a lot during July, or at least start to plan traveling. But here's the crux of it. We've got Uranus in your first house, in your solar first house, and it's going to be square Mars and Venus in your fourth. So this is going to bring about sudden things at home. Maybe it's going to be difficult to travel at the beginning of the month for you because there were some things that went down at home. There could also be, Uranus is one of those things that says, surprise, and then all of a sudden you're like, you got to be kidding me. You know what I mean? So just so you know, that energy is kind of starting out the month. All right. And with the full moon, we'll go ahead and look at that really quick because it's already passed, but it's still influencing us. So I just want you to know that a full moon is a good time to release, and you can release all the way up to the new moon on the 17th of July. So don't feel like you've missed this opportunity. You've got a couple more weeks of releasing what no longer serves you. And this is going to have to do with some of your beliefs, some of your philosophies, the way that you look at life, changing things. It's bringing things to light. The full moon brings things to light, and then we've got to change them. And you'll be doing that for sure, along with all this traveling. It looks like a busy month. But here's the full moon chart, and as you can see, it's 11 degrees Capricorn, and it's always opposite the sun, always. So what this is going to be doing in your ninth house, let's flip back to your other chart. You can hear a train in the background, I think. My mic hides it or not. But for the full moon, it's all about beliefs, traveling, long distance travel for a lot of Tauruses. Could be a lot of glitches too with this whole Venus and Mars and Leo in your fourth house. You know what I mean? So it's a big impact. And hopefully everyone stays safe, but there's a lot of good aspects going on here too. So it could start off a little rough, but as we get in and progress through the week of that 4th of July week, things start to cool off a little bit, okay? So let's skip ahead to nothing really goes on from, like, I'm doing this on the 6th. So we've got a nice peaceful weekend. So this is a good time to kind of take things in and get some perspective on changing your beliefs and being more structured and not so haphazard with them, okay? Then we go on the 10th of July. Mars, the planet of action, is going to finally be moving into Virgo, into your fifth house. So this is going to have a huge focus on your children, taking action with that, a plan organized, maybe another trip. I'm telling you, it's a lot of traveling for you. So I hope, Taurus, that you are getting plenty of rest, because we all know Tauruses need their rest, or you get the bull. You know what I mean? You get the horns and the bull. You don't want that. But on the 10th, we also have Mercury, the planet of communication, in opposition with Pluto. So again, this is something that's going on in your home. Maybe it has to do with your children. Just a lot of differences. And we want to be more grounded in our approach. You know what I mean? So just make sure that communications are not so volatile at that time. See, if you're not getting enough sleep and you're doing all this running around, that's going to create a problem. So make sure that you're getting some rest. You're actually staying grounded, because a lot of this is taking place in earth signs right now. So you want to be able, there's going to be a shift from all this movement to finally settling down, getting things organized, okay? With that Mars in Virgo, it's more planned action than just spontaneous, all right? So as we progress through that week, the sun on July 14th makes a beautiful sextile. It's very lucky aspect. I don't like to say lucky. It's very fortunate. Good feelings. The sun is sextile Uranus in your first house. You're feeling good about yourself. Maybe this is a time where you go ahead and get your hair did or your nails done, something like that. This is all about, again, with Jupiter and the North Node in your first house. We can expand on how we present ourselves to the public and how we look. And this is you finally taking that approach. Good feelings around that time. Then we move on to the next Monday. That's going to be the new moon. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the new moon chart really quick, if I can find it. How come it's not clicking here? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. All right. Where is... What's going on here? Huh. All right, hold on a second. So let's elaborate on stuff. So new moons, while I get the chart ready, new moons are a perfect time to start planting the seeds of your desires. There we go. There's the new moon. All right. Planting the seeds of your desires. And it's a great time for new beginnings. And this is an emotional beginning. It could be a little... I think for you, because it's going to be happening in your third house, it's more about communication. Again, it's going maybe to a short trip around water. That's around the 17th of July. Excellent time to release any emotions, Maybe that's what you have to do from now until the 17th, is kind of release this emotional baggage that you have. Either speak it to the universe and let it go, or maybe you need to have a heart-to-heart talk with your partner. Let's bounce back to your other chart. Where is it? Boom, boom. There it is. Okay. So it's taking place in your third house. A lot of things going on here. It's going to be a focus on communication and short trips. Your brothers and sisters, siblings could be highlighted at that time. And because it's in the sign of Cancer, this is, again, a new beginning for some kind of emotional release. And or getting your emotions more in tune and speaking your truth, speaking your emotions instead of holding back. You don't want to hold back. But the only thing I got to say about that is that, sure, communication is great, but you just have to say it in a grounded way. You can't... I see Tauruses getting a little snippy this month because of all the action that's going on. I mean, you can see in the chart, everything's everywhere. You know what I mean? So that can pull you. And Tauruses, they need their rest. So speaking your truth, being emotionally connected to you and your siblings and your family and all that is going to be a huge focus. And don't forget, you're probably going to be taking a trip towards water during that time, okay? So we've got the new moon, and then this week starts to pop off. So we go into the 20th. That's a Thursday. And Mars is going to be opposite Saturn. So this is going to be happening in your 5th and 11th houses right here. So again, this is happening in, it's affecting Saturn and Pisces and water sign. So again, it's an emotional, Pisces is very emotional, intuitive. And then when it's retrograde, we need to go back to the drawing board. Saturn teaches us lessons. What have we learned? And with the 5th and 11th axis here, what it's showing us is what kind of love do we give and what kind of love do we receive? It seems like a lot of you Tauruses are not receiving the love that you expect in your relationships. So either, again, there's a conversation that needs to be had here. It's just, watch out for, accidents, that kind of thing. I don't like to say that kind of stuff, but hey, you never know. It's just that Mars in opposition to heavy planet Saturn is going to put some restrictions when you want to move forward. So it could also highlight relationship tensions too. So just be aware of that. And then on the 21st, the sun's going to oppose Pluto, and that's going to happen in right on your 4th house. So we've got the 4th, so basically what's happening here is we're going to be having your 3rd and 4th houses highlighted, your 10th and your 9th house highlighted. So this is going to be communicating at work. This is you getting busy. This is going to probably you being frustrated, but don't let that dim your shine. It's asking you to get some perspective at that time. So just remember that. And then on the 22nd, the sun moves into Leo. So then it's going to be Leo season. But on that same day, Venus is going to go retrograde in your 4th house. So this would be a good time for you, again, is expressing what you want from the universe in your home. It could also be redecorating, going back to the drawing board. It's getting yard work done. It's getting that balance, okay? And that's going to be highlighting your 4th and 10th houses. So it's about now balance at home. Okay, we've had a great month so far. It's been a little crazy. So now I need to really make a list and get things done, okay? Then as we progress forward, and Venus is your ruler. How could I forget that? So don't go back to any exes, Tauruses. Don't you dare go back to any exes. Don't go back to any ways of thinking. This is you to get the love that you deserve. And the only way you can do that is love yourself first. You've got that Jupiter in your 1st house of self-expression. And you really need to knuckle down on that and get it right. Don't let outside influences overwhelm you. It's all inside of you, okay? Then Mercury's going to make a great conjunction on the 27th as we move forward. So that's a great time to, again, express your love. Say what you mean. Get this out. It needs to get out. And then we close out the month with Mercury moving into Virgo. So again, instead of this fiery temper with Mercury, now it's going to be more organized, grounded communications. So at the end of the month, things kind of ground out a little bit for you. But you either make it or break it. You either make the best of this or you don't. Most of you Tauruses do need a vacation. That's why you're getting a little persnickety about things. So just remember that. It's time. You can take some time off for yourself because you're no good to anybody if you're not fulfilling your needs and getting your needs met. And you need to kind of face that this month, all right? Taurus, I hope this resonated with you. I hope this guides you for your month because it's going to get a little crazy, but you know what? You can handle this. Feet on the ground and don't dig your heels in. You know what I mean? Go with the changes. It's asking you to do that. All right, Taurus, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in August. Have a great summer.